So step number one, write a goal mark down that you would like to achieve in your HSC Trials or HSC exams for all of your subjects. Now this is really important because if you don't have a goal mark, how do you know how much work you actually need to do to prepare for your trials and HSC exams? So write your goal mark down, but when you're setting your goal mark, don't just set it right on the ideal mark that you would like to achieve, because the reality is that the exams are unpredictable. So instead, stretch yourself, challenge yourself a little bit. If your goal mark's 80%, stretch yourself and set the goal as 85%. So step number two, what I want you now to do for one of your subjects, thinking about that goal mark in your mind, is I want you to write a to-do list. I want you to write everything down that you believe you need to do for that subject to give you the best chance of scoring your goal mark in your HSC Trials or your HSC exams. Now the point of this exercise is to get all the stuff that's currently in your head and probably making you feel a little overwhelmed, to get it out of your head and put it on the paper to make it visible so that you can see what you've got to do and you can start planning for when you're going to do it. So, a fat to-do list for everything you need to do for your particular subject to achieve your goal mark. Now, not only should you just write it all in a single to-do list, that's the first step of part two here. The second component is that then thinking about how much time you have between now and your trials or your HSC exams, what you should then do is start to work out which items on that to-do list you need to do now, next week, the week after, the week before your exams. So you're starting to take that to-do list and identify some milestones of what you're going to complete by when. So step number three, the final step. Once you've written your to-do list and you've put it in milestones across time, I want you to print it out and stick it on a wall. Now we call this a wall chart. In fact, a student came up with that name. Really simple idea. But the point of sticking it up on your wall is out of sight, out of mind. If it stays as a file on your computer, it's not going to inspire you to get stuff done.